Hey y'all, welcome Bud Watchers. Welcome. I hope y'all are having a good day. So, how are we doing, Colin? I have a lot to say today. Happy Tuesday, mate. I agree. It's Tuesday. You know what? Let's do some slow songs. Other than the fact I got a 60 on my math quiz. Ouch. Come play Move V2? Sure, I'll play Move V2. Let me get the link. Beta France? Oh no. Why does he look so squishy? I like the movement though. Can I fight people yet? There's no land monster yet. Or Phoenix. Did I break it immediately? I broke it. Yay! Did you spam something? I think so, yeah. I might have. Gotta reload if you send too many packets. That makes sense. Joining Brutus Cast VC? I'm good. Pass today. That's an issue of spawning on the lava. Come here, boy. Mm. Sub Libre. Anyway. Okay, so most people are here that'll be here. Hello, everybody. My name is Slavishu, for those who are not aware. And I've got a lot of stuff to say. So, today, I have been made aware that I have a serious chance of actually achieving my goals. And, you know, the goal of going into the military, you know, being fancy, I have a chance to do that. And it kind of dawned on me today. What does that mean? Alright, what does that mean for channel? Well, as most of y'all are in fact aware, this channel will become mostly inactive starting in June of 2026. Because I will not have time. I will be shipping off to MEPS school and basic training. And I will not be able to play. So, right now, my job is pretty straightforward. My job is to make sure that this game survives until I move on. 'Cause, yeah, sure, I'll probably play Mope here and there, but it won't be a full-time thing anymore. I'll have real-life stuff to do. And, you know, it's weird. So, that is 9 months from now, and it's kind of been counting down in my head for a while. It's scary. It's scary. 'Cause, you know, come in 6-7 months, maybe, I'll be close to graduating. And I gotta really get my shit together. You know, I gotta lock the fuck in. And I've been having trouble. I haven't necessarily been having trouble with school itself. I've been having trouble with being motivated for school. And, you know, as me that I am, I've kind of fallen into a trap. 'Cause with school usually being easy, school is not hard for me. It never has been, right? Therefore, I haven't developed, like, the necessary habits that someone who didn't get by easy in school... Nice job, Rob. And, you know, someone who didn't get along easy in school has a lot better study habits than me. And, like, habits to persevere. 'Cause, you know, I watched a video today. And I saw it. And, you know, he gave a good analogy. And I'm gonna steal his analogy. His analogy was, you're given 100 pounds, or, you know, 100 pounds of wood, and you're tasked with building a place to live. You know, someone like me, who has been labeled as, you know, smart and intelligent their entire lives, would try and shoot big immediately, before starting out. So, you know, most people my age, you know, fall into a category. And, you know, the mindset that comes with the category is pretty all-encompassing. It covers a lot. Well, school being easy for me has kind of set me up for failure. Because I'm aware that there is a long, long, long road ahead of me that I'm probably not, prepared for entirely yet. And that I probably don't understand what I'm getting myself into. In the sense of, build a mansion when everyone else is building a shack type shit. And this is kind of mostly just a rant about myself, but I need to be, like, seriously clear to anyone in the audience who is, like me, and say that you'll make progress at your own rate, alright? Just because other people are getting, their houses, their shacks built, and by the time your foundation is even built, their shack is already built. Their life is already set before you have your foundation built. And that's okay. It's okay. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that, you should just give up. It means that you still have a long road to go and that it'll be worth it in the end. Now, eventually, this channel will probably switch to a weather channel, which is gonna be awesome. Imagine me making American weather news documentaries, or, documentaries on past events or something. Me making documentaries on historical events. Wouldn't that be cool? But, I'm not gonna be... I intend on quitting gaming. Just entirely. Because gaming has been such a massive part of my life that I do not want to continue. Considering legitimately Sunday, I just decided that morning that, alright, I'm going to stream as long as I can without giving out. And I streamed for 11 hours and some change. So, yeah, it's getting to be a problem. It's not getting to be, it is a problem, actually. You can take the man out of the game, but you can't take the game out of the man. True. So, another thing that I was kind of just thinking up today was other people. Because in school, I'm not really well liked. That's kind of a given with mope players. And if I got asked in school today if I were to give a message to myself 5 years ago. And I figured I would just say it here, since this is my, biggest audience. And I think it'll help everyone here. My wisdom is that the next portion of your life is gonna fucking suck. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna want to quit. You're gonna think, why am I even doing this? Is this even worth it? And me being at the point where my foundation isn't even built, but you have the materials to build it. I have the materials to build my future. And you do too. You have the materials to shape your future. Now, you may think, oh, but Papichu, I'm limited. I don't give a fuck that you're limited. Alright? How are you limited? It doesn't matter. You have to work with your limits. Alright? My limit is that my family didn't really grow up. Like, we don't have a lot of, I can't just go to college and pay for it, and my parents won't pay for it. I can't just go to college and my parents will pay for everything. I can't do that. No, it's not how that works. So I have to figure out a way to get the, like, pieces of paper that I need to achieve my future, the future that I want. And I know that most of y'all are either younger or a little bit older than me. And you should really start thinking about what you want to do with your life. And if you don't know yet, that is okay. But think of your hobbies. What do you want to build upon? What do you think you can spend a lot of money on and still have something to do after? What is something that you can dump thousands upon thousands of hours onto and it build and change people's lives? Now, that thing for me is meteorology, because it doesn't matter how many people the warning gets out to. If I save at least one person from an incoming natural disaster, it would have been worth it. And to accurately report and document incoming severe weather before it happens and save and give these warnings to people, especially here in America. We are the tornado capital of the world. And yet, because of some issues in our, government, there are no longer NASA translations. Actually, I think they might have reinstated it. Hold on, let me just fact check myself right quick. Okay, they reversed it. Never mind. Thoughts on Israel and Palestine? I do not know enough about Israel and Palestine to actually give a good idea of what's going on. All I know is that one side doesn't like the other, and the other side hates the other back, and that big bombs are in play. That is all I know. But, I turn 18 here in 2-ish weeks, 13 days. 12 days. But, I'm going to be legally considered an adult here in America, and it's going to be weird, because I do not feel like I have adulted, and I'm just going to be thrown into this world in which, I think me, as Papichu, I think I'm ready. I think that I'm ready for the real world, but I am aware that I'm going to get bitch slapped the minute I think that I have, anything. Because that's just my luck. That is just how the cookie crumbles. That is how that works. Especially with my family, alright? We've gotten bitch slapped for everything. But I'm just gonna be openly clear. The reason that I wanted to come on today and talk like this is because on September 12th, 2025, I lost one of my close friends to suicide. And I want everyone out there to know, because yeah, sure, I have bad days. Everyone has bad days. But in my eyes, suicide is a permanent solution to a very temporary problem. Anything that you have in your head or otherwise can be worked out, unless it's, something that's going to kill you in 2 days. Cancer, some shit. But it's made me rethink myself as a person. Because up until then, I had kind of just limboed, going through the motions of each day. And just overall taking life for granted. I had been, seriously... Is he on the news? No. But I had been seriously neglecting a lot of personal stuff that I hadn't taken care of in a while. And when he died, the last thing that he said to me was, I'm not going to say my real name, but hey, Poppy Chew, I hope you're having a good day. I know that it's been hard for you, and that you've been going through a lot, but I'm here for you. And that if you need to contact me, you let me know. I don't have phone service, so I couldn't get his phone number. So I didn't know that was the last time I would see him. My point here is, you don't know what other people are going through. And that even people with smiles on their faces or just an overall good attitude, they can be going through some real shit. So check up on people. You never know. And you could be the reason that someone survives through a hard time. You could be a saving grace that he never asked for. He or she never asked for. And I frankly thought I was that person. I thought, because I didn't see it. I saw the signs, him saying he was tired, and him saying he felt like he was left out, but, that's just normal at my school. Everyone's tired, everyone's anxious, everyone feels like they're being left out. But there's a line that I think crossed that night, and then his head got to him. Now, if you are the family, by some miracle, of someone who has attempted and failed, and that are happy to be here, if you were the reason that they are still living, it may feel like a burden. It's not. Because, yeah, there are some people who use it in a very bad way, and I'm talking to one specific person. There are people that use it as, oh, I'm feeling bad, let me just tell my friends I'm gonna kill myself real quick, so that I get pity. You better not let me catch you doing that shit again. And if you were one of these people that do need help, you can talk to me, you can talk to one of your friends, you can talk to your parents, if your parents are present. You can talk to a trusted adult or just a trusted friend. Because, let me tell you, listening doesn't hurt as much as going through something. It doesn't really hurt at all, actually. It's more secondhand. Listening to someone is not really that hard. And if you think that telling your problems to someone, you're bothering them, or most true friends, all true friends, will know that something is serious and that they need to be there. Your real true friends will be there when you don't want them to. you know? The people in your life that you need the most will not show themselves in that way. You won't know that it's like that until you or them need you. Am I your friend? I don't talk to you very much. So, I don't know you personally. But sometimes, especially nowadays, whenever the internet is such a big driving factor in people my age, you're naggy. Oh, hi. But when people my age, I'm 17 turning 18, they see all these other people who are doing so much better than them, and they compare themselves, and they think this and that and this and that, and they just go into this spiral, and it's not good. Reach out to someone, especially if you yourself can feel the slip, because sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't know you're falling until you're about to hit the bottom. And let me tell you, the bottom hurts. Holy shit. That is a brick wall. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yes, it is. And I stand by that 100%. Now, there are some comparisons that, make sense. But comparing yourself to someone else or comparing your friends to someone else, it's not good. And now, don't get me wrong, it's very much easier said than done. It has taken me a very long time to break the habit, and I still think of it sometimes. Especially with this game. Whenever I'm playing, I'm thinking sometimes, like, alright, random example, how would Dot handle the situation? How would Angel handle the situation? Yoink. And especially losses of 1v1s. And now, I don't lose very often. Not to toot my own horn, but it makes the losses hurt a little bit more. Because, my head's like, alright, well, what did I do wrong? Why did I lose that? Did I get too cocky? Did I boost too much? Did I attack too much? Did I defend that much? Is that person simply better? With people, I'm kind of just going in circles. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But back to the main point. If you even remotely suspect that a friend is going through something, you need to let them know that you're there for them. Because a few days ago, it is a good thing to be humbled sometimes, yes. I've been humbled a couple times, and it was really funny. A few days ago, I was having a pretty bad night. I don't remember why, I don't remember how, but I was just having a bad night. And one of my friends just randomly calls me, he goes, Poppy Shoe, yo, do you want to talk real quick? I said, sure. Might as well. Got nothing better to do. It was like 1 at night, and I kind of just start rambling, because whenever I'm tired, I start rambling. And I was rambling and rambling, and he told me, he said, Pop, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know how you're actually doing. But if you're here, and I'm here, then I'll listen. Because I know sometimes I'm busy, but that doesn't mean you can't talk to me. And it really struck a chord with me. Because, sometimes you don't know who to talk to. You know, sometimes people, their problems just seem so much bigger than yours. Like, random example. Um, sure, I'll 1v1. Like, random example. Say if I had really geared myself up for a tournament, and I thought I could win against someone that I really couldn't, and I gassed myself up a little too high, and then I lost to them significantly. Like, it was a significant loss. I got absolutely shitted. You know? To other people, my head's like, alright, it's not a big deal for them. They're not playing in this tournament. You don't need to talk to them about it. You know, it's nothing they need to hear about. They've got their own problems. And if you're like me in that sense, you just need to tell your head to shut the fuck up and tell your friends some things sometimes. You know? Because they want to know what's going on. Most of the time. Not all the time. You know? You don't tell your friends that you've been on the shitter for 14 hours and that you need psychiatric help because you've been sitting there watching TikTok for that long. But, you know, it's a little TMI. But what I'm pointing at is, no matter how small or how grand your problems may seem, they still matter to someone. You just need to find that someone. And if you haven't found that someone, then you need to start looking. But you don't. Another thing is, you don't just go blasting your problems to everyone. Because, unfortunately, not everyone cares. The real world is gonna slap you on the ass if you really think that everyone cares about your feelings, because they don't. In society, you are just a number. And that I've been taught that from a very young age. And that family, true family, are those who give a shit just past what you can give. If you can walk up to someone who you haven't talked to in 6 years and ask, hey, can you give my wife a ride home from the airport real quick? I know I haven't spoken to you in 6 years, but can you do me a favor? And that guy says yes, boom. That's a fucking true friend. Damn. Like, let me give you an example. Something happened, and my mom needed to, no. My sister had a kid. My nephew was born. No. It was my sister getting married. And my mom went up to where my sister lives. And my dad hadn't talked to one of his military buddies in 14 years? Longer than I had been alive at that point. And he asked that guy, hey, can you give my wife a ride home from the airport? And that guy, without a second beat, said, yeah, bro, I got you. When do you need her? I know damn well, if that guy were to ask my dad for the same thing, my dad wouldn't skip a heartbeat. That is the friend that, you could have not talked for half of your life, and yet you can still click the second you talk again. There's usually one or two people like that you'll meet. You're just like number one, a holy yapper? Yes. I might kill him, just for funny. But, you never know who is gonna be there and who's not. Real friends, and people who aren't just trying to use you for whatever, will see something, doesn't matter how big or small, and they'll think, maybe he needs a little hand. Maybe she needs a little hand. I got you, fam. And they'll step up. Now, if you're quiet about your problems and don't tell anyone, then you're not gonna get that because you're a closed door. And closed mouths don't get fed. You know, if you don't ask for help, you're not gonna get any. You know, so no one's just gonna spoon feed you some help. My game just crashed with 170 mil KD. Ooh, ouch. Today's kind of just been a thinky day. Thinky day. My game crash? Rip. Was warning anyway. Luca was just killing everything. Very cool. Is the Yap store gone? I'm kind of running out of stuff to say. What is wrong with Mope? Hmm. Right now, all hands are on deck for the rewrite. And I don't know how much I can actually say here. I mean, currently the rewrite seems to be going well. The beta has, from what I've seen, taken very positive support. So I think there is some hope for Mope. And I think we got it. I'll be here as long as I can to help bolster this game. So, yeah. I just got hit with the AI age verification. Very cool. You should, like, fail that. Don't I have a lot of wins right now? I got a question. I think a question should be, are you okay? I'm okay. This month has just been hard, but I'm okay. You know, it's nothing I can't handle. And me personally, you don't gotta worry about me. I got some good ass coping strategies. So, yeah. My coping strategy is streaming. So if you see me streaming for anything over 6 hours, then I'm getting over something, and I'll be fine. So, my coping strategies are jumping off cliff. Do not joke about that right now, man. That is a bad joke. Approach me again and I'll void the apexes. Did I hear apexes? Made me cry from that story. Oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm winning this fight. I have size advantage. Oh. Oh, damn! Yoink. You're dead? Nuh-uh. I'll avoid the apexes, bitch! My turn! Rat, check Discord, you noob. Thanks, Rat. Oh shit. Okay. I think we're okay. We're okay. There's another thing that I kind of want to talk about. So, this is like something that hits close to home because a lot of my friends do not have a connection with their parents. A lot of you know my dad. You know, they know that my mom exists, and they've probably heard her over a mic. But hmm, no, but hi Pop, how are you doing today? I'm doing okay. But my point still stands before I got rudely interrupted. That a lot of people, especially my age, do not have a connection with their parents, and it makes me sad because the personal shit that happens earlier this month. My parents stepped up. My parents really did step up. They they didn't sugarcoat it. They didn't really. They were there. That's all they really did. They were just there, and that's all I needed that day. You know, because yeah, I streamed that day. I wasn't okay. Just straight up. I streamed that day, and I don't know how I did it. I'm actually kind of proud of myself. But whenever I ended the stream, my parents sat me down on the couch for 3.5 hours and just talked with me. They didn't do all this bullshit that you see a lot of parents do nowadays, where they just say their kids' problems aren't shit. My parents understood that something real just happened and that they needed to be there. They needed to be not just my parents, but supporters. And they understood that. Now, I don't know where I would be in terms of anything right now without my parents. Because frankly, I wouldn't be alive without my parents. That's stating the obvious. I wouldn't have been born. But, um, my parents and I, and along with my. Damn, everyone's asking for pity. My parents, along with I, have been through a lot of shit together. Like, I'm not gonna explain, everything we've been through. But long story short, you know, It's been hard. And I think eventually I'll make like a draw my life or something whenever more life has happened. But nothing comes easy. Well, most things come easy. Don't come easy. School has been easy, but it's been a curse. You know, school has kind of just been a blur for me for the last 4.5 years. Spent since COVID. I used to love school. I used to love it with a passion. I thought it was boring. I thought school was boring as fuck. But I used to like actually enjoy school. I used to wake up every morning and I used to think, oh golly, oh gee, what fun shit am I gonna learn today? And I know that sounds very, you know, Poppy Chew nerd emoji of me, but you know, I was a lot different back then. At high school, holy fuck, holy fuck, high school has not been good. The high school experience has not been for the faint of heart. Hey Poppington, it's Jacob. Yo, what's good, man? What is that crown next to my name? It's a leaderboard system. I don't know how it works. Okay, so my high school experience has been absolute and utter dog shit. Um, Ninth grade, I got picked on pretty much for everything I did, and then something very, very bad happened. 10th grade was alright. 10th grade was alright, all things considered. What did I do 10th grade? I don't remember much of 10th grade. 11th grade, uh, I don't want to talk about 11th grade. That's how bad it was. But 11th grade was not good at all. So, you know, as someone who has been bullied pretty much all of his life, I've developed decent coping habits with it, in the sense that I don't give a fuck about what people say anymore. Like, notice how this guy's yapping in the corner, I'm still just yapping. Hi. What is that? Oh. I will take that, yes. Have you ever tried? Huh? Okay. You don't get bullied? Okay. You can say that. I'm not gonna explain it. Hash browns. Alright, I'll be right back, chat. Okay, I'm back. Food has been devoured. Hi. Do you like him spinning for chat? Peak entertainment, yes. I thought you'll both die. Nope. 22 people watching me spin. Yeah. No, but like, okay. So, back to where we were. Oh. So, okay, quarantine itself was alright. Do you have a BD skin? Yes, I do. I do. Quarantine itself was alright, but in February of 2021, we got the news that we had to move from Washington to where I'm at now. So, it kind of flipped my life upside down, because at the time, you know, whenever I had, you know, everything, I had a 4-year scholarship. I had a full ride in college because my grades were awesome. I wasn't getting picked on. People actually fucking liked me in real life. And, you know, nothing had actually happened to make me hate myself yet. However, if a lot of what happened then didn't happen, I wouldn't be here. Like, as in, I wouldn't be a streamer, I wouldn't be making videos. I died. Like, I wouldn't be a streamer. Because I probably wouldn't even have a laptop. Right. Essay Quip. Yeah, me and Luca are really the only active ones. There's another one. His name is Chicken Nuggets. Yeah, he's a rare farmer. He was streaming earlier. What happened with Carlo? Did he die from the haters? Carlo still streams very rarely. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So 2012 to like 2016 were probably the best years of my life. Because I was a lot younger. I was a lot more ignorant. I didn't know what was going on, and elementary school was just peak. It honestly does bring me to another tangent that I'm gonna go on, and it's that I got labeled as a gifted slash smart kid growing up. And what that meant is school is really, like, trivially easy for me. I have never studied. Thank you, Meeves Loves Trees, for subscribing to the channel. Welcome. You are number 1333. I also need to hear the overlay. But I forgot what I was. So, I took a test back in 5th grade. And it was the placement exam for what middle school I was going to go to. I watched for a while, but I never actually subbed because I don't use YouTube, but thought, why not? Well, thank you. But I took this placement exam, and I scored really high. According to the teacher, I tied for 97th place for the entire nation. Which, by the way, there's a lot of kids. It was a 250 question test, and I aced it. I aced that test in 5th grade. So whenever, I got the test results back, 3 of my classmates in that class had done decently well as well. And we got put in something called a magnet school, which is the school for, quote, gifted kids. Now, I didn't know what a magnet school was until, I figured that out. And it's basically just a school that bumps up the difficulty of school because people like me were bored as fuck with school. That school was hard. It was a hard school. All right, I went from being a nearly A student to like B's and A's and like low B's. Like I 1 to 2 points below, I would have had a C type B's. So it curved the gifted kid trap a little bit. But once I got into high school, school became easy and boring again. And I still remember a lot of the stuff that I learned in like 6th and 7th grade. Actually, I didn't learn shit in 7th grade. We were in quarantine. And then in 8th grade, we moved and I switched back to the, easy and boring school. Uh, Tier 5, Yapnado, Yapatron 5000, Yappuccino, Bro speaks Japanese. You're damn right I do. That's like half of my job. I have seriously thought about it, like making YouTube a career, but it's just not what I want to do. Have you ever tried to resell crypto values? I play Hypixel Skyblock. I do not play cryptocurrency wars. That shit is too inflated by politics, and I don't pay enough attention. Ninja, you should go lay down, man. Yeah. He'd lose his money all over. Shut up, rat. You're worse at inventing than my cat. True. There's a gold ball there. Have you ever tried gambling? I have tried poker. I won a round against Rat, and then I lost it all immediately after because Rat is good at gambling. So I'm not gambling. Fuck that noise. Also, because my luck flat out sucks. Like, really bad. Because my mom's luck sucks. Really bad. You missed the last part? Oh, you mean... I'm in pain. You mean, like, rare farming. I have tried rare farming on stream, yeah. It didn't go very well. I didn't get shit. I got GA, actually. I got most of the bad rares. No. Good. Rock. Oh, hey. Oh, he needs some milk. Nice. Popway jetpacks. I need C and ice. Fuck off. Go left ocean. All right. We've got a C on the left. What skin should I use? Normal, KD, Sha, or Birthday Mystic? Which is the three that I have. Sha? Okay. Mm. I'll be going for KD by luck still. Good. Birthday Mystic. So that's 2 votes for Mystic, 3 for Sha, 2 for Sha. Wait, I'll just run a poll. There we go. Come on, Dragon. You got that. Mystic 44%. Four votes for Mystic. 2 for Sha, 1 for normal, 2 people don't care. We have 24 people watching. I want at least 10 votes. I think Mystic's winning. Cast your votes on a poll, boys. 5 votes for Mystic. I think we'll use Mystic then. Oh damn! Wait, I gotta change the skin. I gotta change the skin. Change the skin. So. I need to be aware of Insta. I'm also just gonna put on a like good song. Is Rat Holy Yapper? Yeah. Alright, let's get a good song on. Because there's a serious chance that I get Insta and die. Wait. Holy hell. Holy shit. I'm gonna go for Katie. Alright, good luck. Can I hunt? Yeah, go for it. Just don't 2v1. And if you 2v1, be prepared to get teamed on. If you 3v1 me and lose, I gotta call you a noob forever. Be careful. I'm getting breached. I need to be very careful. This is a good song. If you lose, then I guess don't know. It's bad. Yeah. Yeah, Moonlight's good. Or Dragon's good. Dragon's bad? No, he's not. There's a lot of biddies at middle. They're plotting your demise. Got it. That's a joke? Oh, okay. I just felt like smacking someone. Okay. Sick. Pop is Mystic, yes. We all get trigger happy? Yes. Why does he still need some milk? Mods, ban him. Alright, what's a good song? Uh-huh. Let's roll. I'm hopping on Be Threatened. Okay. Do you know how to ping abuse when you're on 80 ping? Yes, I do. It's just really hard. What the fuck is ping abuse? Um, whenever you just like, yeah, he died. Okay, cool. Good luck. Did you just forget the question about ping abusing? No, I explained it. Would he be considering using RBJ? No. He did not explain it. I said I know how to do it. Like, I explained... Like, I answered the question, bro. Do you have Discord? Yeah, I do. It's in the description. I got a little laggy there at the end. Holy. That was scary. If I beat you somehow? Sure. Not playing that song though. This one. Wait. This one. He's back boosting, you be careful. I saw that column. Yeah, I'm not 1v1ing Breezy as KD, bro. That is the dumbest thing you ever heard. You want to know how much I will not live it down if I lose KD to Breezy in a 1v1? It's not that I'm scared, it's just a waste of my time. Because I've beat him every time. I could be doing so much more interesting shit, like 1v1ing Dragonwind. Instead of 1v1ing some random ass Deffer who all he does is wall hug and talk shit, and then tell me to kill myself if I look at him wrong. I'm not watching that. That's boring. And I know damn well he's watching this. Fuck you, Breezy, you are not welcome here. And, because if he was KD, he never accepts 1v1s when he's KD, because he's a little bitch. I accepted that 1v1 when I was KD. He doesn't get another shot, because he never gave me a shot. All he does is run and say easy whenever he's KD, and have 15 teammates. And I get mad whenever I call a fucking 8-person army on his ass. And then if God forbid I try to solo him, he sends an arena to his dogs, and that doesn't work, so I get more teammates. And then what is he gonna do about it? So for fucking die. To a toucan. As you can tell, I don't like Breezy. And he says noob KD to me in his YouTube channel. Dude, I have posted his ass on Luca's channel before. That shit was awesome. Pop is easy? Okay, bro. Is your name Papichu? Yes. Tick. Hey! Pop 1v1, I'm good. Oh. Uh-oh. I'm in a bad spot. Holy fuck! I got fucking stunned? I got stung? How am I alive? Bro, get off me. Next time, tell me who you are, brother! Come on! You would have saved us both sometime. If I see you again, you're dying as Scorpion. Tick. Okay. Have you played the rewrite? Yeah. Dino monsters are squishy. God damn it. Alright, he's got a whole ass team. I need to leave. I think it's Breezy using my name. Yo, Raymond is OP? Yeah, as long as he doesn't hit me. He died to tick, I think. Oh. No! That's dumb. You died? I disconnected. Yeah, I'm done.